So, there comes a time in everybody's life where you just need to step back. By what I mean is, I am piled, literally piled the fuck high with commissions, projects for friends, deadlines, work, everything. So something really, really cool happened tonight. My friends were over, and my friends are total assholes. So, yeah, that's my fuck. Iria, come here. Come here. Come here. She's gonna knock over the camera. Anyway, so my friends came over and were looking at all they like to raid my closet. When they raid my closet or places where I keep my models, I'm just like, they ask me, Dan, you have this? Why don't you build this? Why don't you build this? And then they make fun of me like, oh, what's this one for? This one for your grandchildren? Because you're never going to get around to it. So what happens to me, honestly, is I sometimes just give shit away. I just give it away because I buy it as an impulse, and I'm like, yeah, I'll build it one day. I'm never going to build it. So I usually just give them away. I give them away. I try not to sell things because I'd rather just have someone else have it that I know that's going to appreciate it very much. So they wanted to see something really cool in my collection, something really big. So I said, yeah, I got that for you. I'll show you something really, really neat. Not a lot of people actually see these in person, and when I show them, they're like, dude, you have to build this. And you know what I said to myself? Yeah, you know what? I do want to build it. I really do. I'm putting everything on hold. Everything I'm working on right now. Commissions and everything on hold. Even if I'm in the middle of something, it's on hold right now because you know what? It's time for me to do a model for myself. Okay? For myself. Something that this channel wants. And let me tell you something. It's a big one. It is a baddie and it's super fucking rare. And it was not cheap. At all. So you guys ready? You ready? This is it. This is the Volks 1/4 scale Rei Ayanami, whatever the fuck she's called. It's Rei from Ava. It's the 1/4 scale, and you know exactly which one it is. And this isn't a fucking recast. This is an OG original cast. I think this was the second print of it, maybe in the mid 2008. But, dude, this is legit. Legit. I got this on Jungle, when Jungle was up and running. Please come back, Jungle. I miss you. So, I said, you know what? I have to do it. I want to do this. I want to knock this out in a month for a competition in March. I want to knock this out. I want this done. Raise my homegirl. You know, I've just, grown up, I had no idea what Ava really was. I know it was all over the place. I never got into it because I always thought it was kind of edgy, kind of stupid. But for the longest part, I thought Rei was the main character of Ava. Evangelion. And I was wrong. Apparently there was a kid in it, a boy named Shinji, and I really just don't fucking care. I was like, pretty sure this blue-haired chick that a lot of Japanese guys drool over pilots this purple fucking robot. And you know what, even though I watched all the movies and I understand the whole fucking story and everything, I'm pretty sure Rei is still the pilot of this purple robot. So anyway, let's do it. Let's unbox this guy. So yeah, this is not sealed. It was sealed when I received it, but when I got it, I cut it right the fuck open. So yeah, let's take a look. Bubble wrap. These are actually parts. These clear plastic parts that look like something you would throw away. You actually need this. So you get this top piece, and that's what it is. It's the spear longius, whatever the fuck it's called. It is ginormous. Very heavy too. This model's heavy. So there it is, an original manual for her. And it's very straightforward. It actually, I mean, it's all Japanese. I'm going to have to Google translate most of this shit, or ask a couple of my friends to translate it for me. And yeah, this is it. It gives you like 3 pages. You're on your own, kid. You got to know everything. You can pretty much 1/4 scale, highly quality, unassembled resin cast. Sculptor, Japanese, 3 Japanese people. Limited edition. Gainax, made in Japan. Limited edition, my ass. They're still reissuing this fucking check. That's Volks for you. Volks likes to reissue. Tons of bubble wrap because there's a lot of protection. And classic Volks that's how you know it's OG. This is on a Volks runner. It is amazing seeing resin on runner, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. There's Ava. There's Unit 1's head. There's the base. These things weigh a fucking ton. Jesus. Alright, there's the flames that surround it. I'm surprised these weren't molded clear, because some parts are. I'm gonna have to figure something out. I really do not like painting flames. Painting flame colors, you never get it right. It's never right. What else we got? These are really cool. A lot of recasts that people buy, they don't come with these. They usually come with decals. These are OG. These are like, I'm pretty sure these are from their doll line. These are glass eyes, glass red eyes for Rei, and this is so cool because the face comes molded kind of like a doll, where the eyes are removed, and you have to set it up behind it. Oh yeah, look at that. Yo, she's got some. They gave her some nipples, obviously, because what's a 14-year-old girl sculpted by a bunch of Japanese men without a giant set of tits and a tight ass? It's fucking Rei. Anyway, this is it, man. So the Volks is, when it comes to like resin Volks, they know what they're doing. Look at those babies. These 1/4 scale legs. These are gorgeous. She has this armor that's gonna go over it, and she has like this fleshy shit going on, man. I really can't believe it. And here's all the clear parts. So the armor, the Ava unit armor is molded. It's like you get some that are clear, some that aren't. Her hair is molded in clear. And yeah, you know, this is easy. That's easy shit. It's a big model, but it's a very easy model. It's just gonna take a lot of paint, which I have. I don't mind. I don't mind going out of my way to get some paint, you know? So I am very excited because this isn't a shitty recast from fucking Thailand or some fucking bullshit website that people like, they spend like, oh yeah, you can get this recasted for like $80 or so, but yeah, it's probably gonna be terrible. Like, I'm sure there's some really legit websites that do nice recasts, but I saw this and I was like, you know what, I really want this model. I want an original one of it. I'm already chomping on the bit for that new Oscar that just came out. That thing is really fucking expensive too, but whatever. I'll fucking get it. So I am very excited. I'm fucking exhausted. I had a long fucking day. Look at me, guys. Look how pale I got. I fucking hate the fucking winter in fucking New York City, dude. I hate the winter in general. I just get white and white. My Irish side comes out and I just get really white and I fucking hate it. I want to be tan all year round, man. I want to be tan again. That's all I want. I just want to fucking tan. I'm gonna have to go to these fucking salons to get a tan. Yeah, this box is cool, right? So, I need to get tan. I need to build this model. I need to focus on myself for a bit. I'm really excited to do this. This is gonna be a very fun project. I really can't wait. It all starts off with a nice, clean, organized desk. I cannot stand my cat meowing. I also cannot stand a dirty desk. I'm watching people live stream or whatever. People show me that, and it's covered in clutter, and it's covered in shit and parts. And their reason is, oh, it's because I feel creative. No, listen, it's because you're a fucking slob. So you know what? A clean desk is a happy desk. Yeah, it's nice, no good. Alright. So, first things first, get yourself a nice knife. Get yourself a nice pair of cutters. I use these God hands. These aren't those $80 ones. These are, let's see, these are the GN 125. These are really good. They're strong and they're sharp enough to like cut resin, no problem. So what I'm gonna do right now is just unwrap one of these, and then I'm gonna try to show you guys as much detail as I can. So let's take a look at these nice resin runner. Oh baby, oh mamma mia! Just look at that, beautiful. But you know, I'm sure the newer castings of this is a lot cleaner, because I'm already seeing like a nice big, you know, you can see mold line. And I got one right here, and it's actually going all the way down. It's actually pretty fucking big. But it is pretty easy to clean. Resin is very easy to fucking clean. So, but you see the detail? This is just incredible. Fucking incredible. Any more? Yeah, so yeah, tab marks. So I'm just gonna show you guys it real quick. So these nippers are pretty cool. So it helps a lot with cleaning. They don't chip, they don't break, and they leave a nice flush cut too. I recommend getting a pair. It's just, I can't get over Volks' clean. How clean fucking Volks is, man. What we got here? A couple of parts on the runner. They're not marked, they're not labeled. It's not like a plastic model. You just gotta do this. Other companies sometimes mark the runners, or they give you, or they'll ship them, or you get like a bag of parts. It's like, oh, this is bag number G, bag Z, for like G System or some big company like that. They're not this. There's not that many parts to this model. It's just a lot of big parts that take up a lot of paint. So there you go. There's an empty tree. So one thing I showed you guys in the beginning are these vacuum parts that are plastic. This is nuts. These are probably the most sensitive parts of it. These can break real easily. This is like cheap plastic, and I have to be very, very, very careful with these. These go on her chest as so. You see? These little green guys right there. And the trick is, do I paint them clear green or do I paint them solid green? How to paint Rei. I don't even like this color scheme they were doing. I don't want this color. I got clear parts for a reason. It's time to give it a nice fucking clear paint job. You know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm fucking saying? Ooh, spooky. Spooky, spooky. Yeah, these guys. These guys are gonna be popping in here. Just like so. Yeah. Oh, that's fucking weird. There we go. See? She's gonna look like a porcelain doll. It's gonna be really cool looking. So yeah, there's a ton of mold lines, a ton of seam lines. Not seam lines, but just like a ton of like mold lines I'm gonna have to get rid of. I'm sure if you get the newer cast of this, that's probably not there. And I know these are now casted in colored resin because that's like Volks' whole new Sharagumin line. I think they actually just made this into a Sharagumin line. This was originally a figure line, so whatever that was. Just another one of their attempts. Dude, I can't get over the nipples. I might sand the nipples. I might put it on my Instagram as a vote. To sand the nipples or to keep the nipples. I can't do the nipples. Because she's only fucking 14. another thing I noticed, so they give you the glass eyes to put in, and then they're telling you when you put them in to put like probably some epoxy putty behind it to keep it in from falling out, to keep them in place. But they also give you this. This is like a canvas where you can paint your own eyes if you wanted to. I think this is what most of the recasts come with, and they come with eye decals. See, it just pops in like so, and then there's her eyeballs, and then you have to, you know, paint them yourselves, I guess. But I am definitely going to use the glass eyes because they look fucking deep and freaky. This model reminds me a lot more like a horror type model because of what's going on. So I'm really, really excited. So I'm going to trim them first. I'm just gonna have them all in one pile, and I'm gonna go back and start sanding every single piece I can. Now I'm going through some of the parts that we're having a little problem with the fitting. By fitting, I mean like I've seen this model built by at least 20 different, I guess, people online, or even just like you know, just like how Volks assembled it. So I got the fitting going on for the arm, making sure that that's like appropriate, that this is appropriate. If that's exactly what I wanted. It's the way Volks does it, it's the way I'm gonna fucking do it, alright? And it's the way like everyone else has done it. So now with this arm, this is now gonna be the human flesh tone arm, not like a suit. So this really needs to fit as organically as possible. So right now I got this right, let's see if you can pick it up. Right here there's a lip. Right here. I gotta sand that down and smooth that out a little more to make that blend, make it blend a little more. And up front here is even more noticeable. You see that? Now I'm gonna have to sand that down to make sure that fits, as I said, more organically. So now I'm just gonna go by, and it's a little bit of a process where I'm just gonna sand as little as I can, and just keep fit checking. There you have it. More flush fitting, more organic looking. And I like it. Yes, sir. I like it. These clear parts are fucking fan-fucking-tastic. There's definitely like a mold release on this resin. Definitely have to give this resin a nice bath, but it's very detailed. And when I'm cleaning it up, you won't even notice the scuff marks or anything. It's actually really nice. I like this a lot. There's all like the armor where you know, I'm gonna have to put this peg in, and then I'm gonna have to hide that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint the whole piece like clear purple, and then just paint up to like solid purple, and then kind of blend it in just so enough where the top could still be clear purple from here on, but have this blended. So you still won't be able to see that, and I'll be able to put this armor on, no problem. Then you get all this fleshy, looks like a bunch of wires and stuff. I have to get some more reference photos for that. You know, like when Avas get cracked open and shit like that, and they're covered in blood. You know, I want to see if any wires are popping out and see what I can do. See that? Yeah. Oh man, guys, I am fucking exhausted. It is now 1:25 in the morning. I'm not a late bird. I like to sleep. I'm old. You hear it in my voice, I'm fucking tired. So right now, all these parts have been trimmed and cut and cleaned as much as I can with a knife. I have to, tomorrow. This is the base, it's pretty sweet. I'm just trying to figure something out. I gotta do some more research. I guess that's Unit 1's face. It kind of looks like Unit 5's. And, I don't know. I'm fucking tired. fucking exhausted. Yeah, I'm gonna figure something out with that. It's pretty cool. Very detailed, to forget it. It sucked to buy a recast of this because you can't beat original fucking cast by Volks, man. So anyway, so tomorrow I have to sand the parts now, and I gotta start pinning the parts, which is gonna be a lot of fun. I just gotta bust up the mask. So I had a nice sleep, you know. Everyone needs a good night's rest. Saturday morning, and it is snowing in New York City, and I am not going anywhere today. I am only going to be working on this fucking model. So I want to show you guys something I do. Since I have a cat who likes to rub up on everything and everyone and get into everything, I usually use something like this. You know, this is just a container for like baking or something. What I do is, when I sand my parts, I let the dust accumulate into here. Not on my mat, but onto here. And then what I can do is seriously just empty that into the garbage and wash this out, so she doesn't have to breathe in any of this shit. Because I really don't want that. I'd rather breathe it in than her. So I'll be wearing my mask just to start sanding off the parts. You know, what I also could do is, I'm actually probably gonna go by with a pencil right now. Like so, just to show you guys what exactly I'm looking for. You can kind of, with it, all you have to really do is go with the kind of like edge highlighting in a way over these raised areas, and that's how it pops out, like right here. Like that's all a mold line I have to get rid of. And notice how it didn't pick up over here or over here. It's because it's, when you're edge highlighting, it's picking up the most raised area. It also helps to have like a you know, like a thicker grit pencil with a lot of graphite. So it's like, you don't have to press too hard. Oh man, I got a really bad one right here. That's gonna suck. Because it's all like raised edges already. That's gonna fucking suck. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go by again, start sanding all the nubs I cut out, all those big nub marks like over here. I'm gonna smooth that down. I'm gonna hit every seam, every mold line with 400 grit, and then I'm gonna go by with 600 grit to smooth it out, and 1000 grit to polish it up and finish that up. Here we go. Here we go. And then we're gonna take out some 400. Yeah, I'm not wearing a mask right now, I know. I'm already dead inside, who gives a fuck. I'm gonna put on my mask. I use, you know, got one of these to put on in a second. It's just you can't hear me too well when I'm talking. I know people use wet sanding technique. I like to wet sand too. It's a lot more safer, to be honest. But since it's all getting collected into here, and I don't have a fan going on where it's going, all the dust is going on everywhere, this will be okay. And it'll be pretty easy to clean up anyway with this. So, spend your 50 cents, get yourself one of these if you're building resin. So one of these problems I'm coming across right now with this mold is, you see this right here? This is a bit of a bitch. Alright, with this though, when you have like, you know, a lot of like character have like folds in their clothing, and then of course the mold line is going to go right through it, and that can be terrible. You can't really hit that too well with sandpaper. So what you do is, this is one of those Tamiya basic files from that 3-pack. That's like pretty much everywhere. And this I own. This is the only one I have left from that set. The rest is long gone. But this one I always use for to clean up the folds. To clean up the folds. Alright, so you see here. Piece by piece. You see, now I was able to hit that one. And I'm going to go and repeat this process for every single one. And then I'm going to go over this whole area with some 600, 800, then 1000. And then it'll be perfectly fine. wanted to show you guys one thing that that's going on. So with hair and resin, it's very, very tricky. Each detail is going to require attention, and you can't skip it, because when they're casting it, sometimes you'll get like, I mean, I already cleaned these up, but sometimes in the middle you'll get gunk marks, you know, or not even so much gunk, but more like excess flash, excess resin that's ruining the details. Best thing to do is seriously just some sandpaper, and then just go in there and sand it up piece by piece. And if it's really thin, just don't even fold it. Do it once. You could get in there, you could get in pretty deep with that fucking paper, so a little bit at a time. And with clear, when sanding clear resin, it's a little, it's as easy as sanding any resin, really. But if you want to leave this part clear with any scuff marks, that's a whole process. That's all. You have to repolish it with compound. You know, that's gonna take some time. Unfortunately for this model, the clear parts that I plan on leaving clear didn't really have any cleanup, so that'll be good. For this, for Rei's hair, it's gonna be a little tricky for me. I'm still debating. I don't know if I want to do solid or I want to do some kind of translucent, because I've seen some Rei models with translucent hair. I've seen some Rei models with solid hair, so I'll see what I can do. It's pretty nice so far. Day 3 of this build. I had a nice quiet weekend being able to work on this model, and it's great. And we are expected to get 8 inches of snow. Maybe work will be canceled tomorrow, so maybe this way I could have another solid day of working on this. I'm having a lot of fun with this model. I love this fucking model. It is so nice. Cleanup is taking a little longer than I thought. There's a lot of, like, I was being really careful with this clear resin, and it just is a lot of, like, there's a lot more cleanup than I thought. I'm gonna have to go by with some putty after I prime some parts to see if I missed any spots. So that's a little later. Right now, I'm gonna start pinning the model together for assembly. I'm starting with the base first, and then I'm gonna work my way up with the legs. Put the legs in, and then put the torso and the body, then the armor out, and then all that shit. So this is a very simple process if you know what you're fucking doing. It's all about trial and error. It's all about trial and error. You know, start out, get yourself, if you're trying to get into resin, get yourself a fucking $30 model from a recast website. Don't buy from Thailand, but buy from like China or Korea. So another thing with resin is you're gonna need some tools. So I got a couple of these. I have this set and this set for when it comes to drilling. And then, you know, I have a cordless Dremel. I also have a corded Dremel, and this is you're gonna need one of these too. Or if you have any other kind of like Dremel kind of fucking tool, whatever. So yeah, this helps a lot because this tells me the size of the millimeters and which ones to get. And sometimes I'm gonna need some really, really thin millimeters, and then sometimes when you get a resin model, the instructions tell you what size holes to drill. Or even with this model, it actually has like perforated areas where it wants you to drill a hole. So that's what I'm going for. So right now I have a 2.5 millimeter you know, drill on, and I have 2.5 millimeter brass rod, and this is what you have to do. So I'm just going to show you guys really quick, so I get back to building this model. Alright, so let's start with this front area. So here you're going to see how it fits. And yeah, you can honestly skip this process if you want and just seriously go and fill this up with some, you know, some really strong like zap glue or some shit, and just Loctite and just put that in and you never have to worry about it ever again. But I'm still gonna drill it anyway because I want to triple check. And that just fell out. So we got our Dremel. Let's have at it. Put it on low. Don't want to be. It doesn't need to be too strong. Well, resin's pretty soft. Just gonna get in there like so. Shit. for video purposes, I am doing this out in the open. Usually I'll have the same setup where I have my tray so it collects. So, see what I do for you guys? So let's take a look. Perfect. That's what I want. Go a little deeper, actually. There we go. So now I'm going to take this brass rod. I recommend getting brass rod. It's really easy to cut, really soft, but strong enough. You don't have to worry about it bending. There you go. That's it. I'm gonna add some, I'm gonna add some pretty strong glue to hold that in place. So that's that. And then it's, which piece is this? This is this piece right here. How does that fit? A little high. Seems to be a little higher than I thought. So just gonna trim a little off this peg. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Right. Now I'm going to. I'm gonna start off with low, just so I can get in. Jeez, all this fucking resin dust. Oh. That's the one thing about using a journal. You're gonna make a fucking mess. Alright. Perfect. It's actually a little too long. There, gonna trim it a little. That's all I need. So now I got my little applicator on, which is gonna make it a lot easier and a little less cleaning for myself. Alright, let's put on the piece, in and out, there we go. The old innie outie, eh? Yeah? That was it. That's that. Let that dry for a second, and then move on to this piece. There you go. Well, what I'm seeing here is there's some pretty big gap areas around here, so I'm probably gonna go by with a little bit of putty and just fill up that. I don't want any openings. Oh, Jesus Christ, just finished pinning her. It took a lot longer than I thought. The cleaning process took forever. This model is fucking incredible. I came in, I'm just trying to show you guys just some of the angles of what's going on. I still have some more cleanup to do. I just got her pinned right now. I gotta get her into the, I gotta get her washed up and ready to be primed so I can see more imperfections that is left. I have to add more support on her arms, a specific way that's holding the spear, because all the weight on the spear is just coming down. It should be up a little more, like so. So that's like 3 inches difference. I'm gonna have to fix that. And there, I'm gonna have to add some putty to hide all of that. Down below the base, not so much going on. There's just some weight issues I got going on down here. She's got to get mounted onto a bigger wooden base because she's very top heavy and she likes to tip over. So there's that. But for the most part, this is really fucking nice. Really nice. And yeah, I did the vote on Instagram to see what people wanted, if they wanted the tits or not, because seriously. So, and I'll show you guys the results. 80% of my followers are fucking perverts. So you know what? I'll keep them. I mean, it isn't original. It's not like a recast or some bullshit. Like, I should try to keep it as original as possible. So, yep.